After some time off from the horrors of Fallout 3, I'm back to try and play through and review all of its DLC. Operation Anchorage was terrible, and now we'll be looking at a DLC I never even played before, but everyone agrees is one of the worst things about the game. Well, besides the game itself. So yeah, time to finally play The Pitt and see if I missed out on anything. While I liked Fallout 3 as a teenager, I hated it after playing New Vegas, which just proved what makes a good ARPG with great writing, interesting factions, tons of player agency, and things to do in its world. With a disguise and faction system to boot, adding more replay value and ways to approach things, and while that's going to trigger the mentally retarded Bethesda fanboys out there, facts don't care about your feelings. So with that out of the way, let's finally get into The Pitt and why it's everything wrong with Fallout 3.
Risky, I know, but it had to be done.
Fallout 3's The Pitt DLC begins with a radio broadcast. You can then follow a quest marker all the way north of the capital wasteland, dealing with dozens of albino red scorpions and deathclaws along the way. Thankfully I won't bore you with the literal 35 minutes of non-stop slowly walking forward, jumping over rocks with hitboxes too huge to get around, and all the fighting. Instead, the plot goes like this. You go far north. You talk to We Have Russell Crowe at home. You then must work your way into the pit and help free the people, 'cause slavery man bad. The end. Once you talk to Werner, you must gather a slave outfit and get to the pit. Once you arrive, Werner says he'll take care of things.
What are you guys doing here?
I might ask you the same thing. You got a lot of guts coming back to this place, Werner.
Yeah? Well, I guess that's the difference between us. I have a lot of guts. You don't. There you are.
Yeah, okay, why didn't I just get to do that? There's literally nothing being added, letting him do the talking. This is just stupid. Oh, right. Now I'm on my own, as We Have Russell Crowe at home leaves me to my fate as a slave. Yay! This is so enthralling so far. Which means getting across a bridge littered with landmines, more so than Vietnam still to this day. If you can even make it past them, you surrender yourself to a slaver, and now all your stuff is gone besides your Pip-Boy and slave outfit, 'cause logic. Oh great, just what I love in games. Those forced, you lose everything portions. At least we can get it all back later. At the end of the damn DLC, which takes several freaking hours. I didn't even bother because I fucking hated this DLC and just wanted to stop after the first 5 minutes. Yes, it gets that bad.
Now get back in there and get to work, or next time I'll just stake you out there for the Trogs.
Your goal is to find a woman, talk to a woman, get told you must collect stuff. Why? 'Cause Bethesda has bad quest design, that's why. So you slowly trek across the city, and it's not really a city, it's just a linear corridor, much like DC was in the base game. I mean, come on, you'd expect Bethesda to do good level design? Please. But hey, at least we get a new location to explore.
Yay! No, Chris, not yay.
Except it's just more gray infrastructure with nothing special about it. You've seen everything here done to death in the base game. The only thing new is the steel mill, and even then, who cares? It's just reddish gray infrastructure. Nothing special still. So after taking almost 20 minutes to get to where we needed to go, we get told to collect ingots. Yep, 10 of them too.
Here's the door. Get out there and grab some ingots. Don't come back without at least 10. Turn them into me and I'll see if I can slip a little something your way.
Once outside, you explore an area simply called the scrapyard, and yep, it's just more droll, boring, gray infrastructure from the base game. Nothing new, nothing special, and boring. As trying to find the ingots isn't easy due to everything blending in with each other.
My poor brother. Billy.
It's just a slog, slowly moving around, fighting Trogs and Raiders renamed Wild Man, cause Bethesda can't be bothered to come up with new shit and just reskins everything. The Trogs themselves are just feral ghouls that walk on all fours. They're nothing special, and because of the way they move, their hitbox is ridiculously hard to hit most of the time, even if you get right up in their faces. Don't help your new weapon disappears all the time since, yeah, it's glitched. Yep, we're playing a Bethesda game alright. So yeah, I went around exploring what I could, and after spending almost 20 minutes trying to find every ingot possible, I decided, okay, that's enough. Hey, maybe I'll get a little bonus for getting more than just 10, right?
Good to see a little enthusiasm for once.
So I tried rushing back to progress the DLC further, avoiding the many easy falls to your death traps around, and once I got to the door...
This is so exciting!
So I had to start up the game again, lost all my progress, and thank God for auto-saving. Now I try this again, just by gathering the 10 I need and saying fuck you Bethesda. Fuck you.
Nice fucking model!
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Well now, look who made it back.
Fuck you.
After completing the oh-so-great and original quest of collecting shit for padding reasons, we go back to the woman from earlier who says our goal is to be a distraction by fighting in an arena. Well, okay, now you have my attention. I like the arena in Oblivion. Surely this will be... Wait a minute. You gotta see this scene. It's such a Bethesda moment.
I bring you good news. We stand at the dawn of a new golden age, where others merely survive. We thrive! And while I have led your efforts, it has been by your own strength that you have earned all the envy of the world. And most of all, they envy our victories in the struggle for freedom. Because yes, freedom is what we all work towards. To celebrate this struggle, I ask my loyal workers, who among you is prepared to fight for your freedom?
Right here. We have one. This man here will fight in the hole. Come on, Asher. Will you send someone to the hole
Sir,
who
you
actually
carry not
stands
only
a
the
chance?
dream that workers can become free, but that we may all someday
The rest
become
of you
truly free from the threats of our world.
She sets up the fights.
Terrible audio setup, too much noise pollution getting in the way of important dialogue, and just overall terrible. Yep, that scene was a classic example of what's wrong with Bethesda's game design. Anyways, now after getting confused on where to go due to the shitty level design of this DLC, I eventually found the arena and figured I'll have to go in without anything but the skin on my back, right? Nope. You get to use everything you have. It kinda ruins the threat of being a generic slave tossed into a death pit. But whatever.
You tell me you want to fight, I set up a fight. You die, and I repeat it with the next jackass slave who comes in here. Sound good? You want in? Come on, death's gotta be better than your life, am I right?
When you're ready to get into the ring, you just tell this hot-headed, stuck-up skank who'd fit perfectly into Starbucks, and you must duke it out over the course of 3 whole rounds of fights, and the arena itself... well...
Your little support ends here.
Yeah, it's just a cave with rad barrels thrown into it to kill you faster than the raiders you face. Thank God for perks, as I wasn't going to survive otherwise. You will rack up basically 10 rads per second if you're not careful. If you can survive 3 whole rounds of non-stop rad infection and the occasional bullet from a raider, you'll be congratulated.
Well, now, aren't you quite the scrap? Congratulations. You've done well. Asher wishes to see you. The guards will be told to allow you to pass.
And yet again, more padding with long corridors of nothingness and confusing level design as you scale entire buildings and scaffoldings, meeting raiders along the way that taunt you cause raiders gotta be mean. What great writing! You even meet a chick who can't stop saying her name.
Well, if it isn't Asher's newest pet, he doesn't let many mongrels into his mansion. Him and his keen eyes must see something special in you, so Lulu's going to keep her eyes on you, too. Ha! That rules out your wit. It must be something else that makes you so interesting to our lord. Lulu will see soon enough. Oh yes. But first, perhaps Asher's pet needs to be fed? Then go and be good. Remember, Lulu has got her eye on you.
After appreciating a nice, firm stop, we slowly make our way to the leader, Asher, who's in his mansion, which is just another generic gray building like every other building in this game. Like, Jesus Christ, they're not even trying. But what else is new? As for the leader, he's being briefed about the slaves potentially rioting. So he tells the guards to be more guardy, and then he asks me if I know Oscar Mayer Wiener. To which of course I do. Who doesn't know the Oscar Mayer Wiener song? It was even in The Simpsons. But in all seriousness, I have to either tell him the truth or lie in the hopes my speech check works in my favor for once, even though I maxed out everything at this point. So am I not getting 100% in every speech check? What's the point of maxing out charisma and speech if it's not going to be a guarantee? Fuck you, Bethesda.
All of this just works. It's not, I'm not kidding.
He asks me to kill Warner and be his own lapdog. Alright, I forgot. The whole plot of this DLC, because this is how bad it is, that I forgot to even mention it because it's so forgettable. The whole point of this DLC is Warner asks you to help him free his fellow slaves from the pit. So you have to work your way in there, be a distraction in the arena, so the slaves can arm themselves with their own makeshift weapons, which is the glitched out spinning axe thing that you got earlier.
Nice fucking model!
And now you get to meet the leader, so that way you can get up close and figure out what is everything going on and try to take him out and everything. So anyways, but before I could do anything, the slaves rise up. So he directs me to his wife about the cure they've been working on. As to what and why and who cares, well...
Oh, Asher told me you might be coming here, but I'm afraid I was preoccupied. Little Marie here is an angel, but she can still be a handful. I'm Sandra. Asher set me up here to work on the Pitt's medical research, and Marie here is our daughter. Our little miracle, really.
Yep, the stupid plot is all about a stupid baby being born to be a stupid miracle. The parents are then stupidly experimenting on their own stupid baby to create a stupid cure to the stupid Bethesda logic radiation that's not how real radiation works. So now you can either help the slavers or the slaves. If you help the slaves, the baby just teleports into your inventory during the dialogue exchange with the mother, who attacks you and you kill her. Now the entire Raider faction wants you dead, with slaves getting wrecked and being entirely useless. Who knew? Trying to attack heavily armed and armored meth heads with mohawks with nothing but rags on your back wouldn't pan out. Now, we have to trek across the stupid fucking buildings and scaffoldings to get to the mill and be told by the woman from earlier that we need to get back to the scrapyard. Yep, more padding. Just can't be straightforward, huh, Bethesda? Gotta pad the fucking DLC just to make it seem like it's more value than there really is. Huh? Yeah, fuck you.
Oh, no shit.
Russell Crowe at home then takes the baby to dissect it. Then tells us we gotta turn off the floodlights so Trogs can swarm in and take over the area. Cause you know, when the slaves are free, they'll totally not be targeted next or anything. Great writing, Mill. This means going through a sewer, going through a power plant, dealing with non-stop swarms of Trog. I feel like I'm soloing a scenario from Left 4 Dead here. Just non-stop, slowly walking through the corridors that are unnecessary long for the sake of padding with barely anything going on. I'm so close to just passing out from the sheer amount of boredom brewing within me. It's like trying to watch an SNL skit.
I hear that.
Eventually, after what felt like forever but was more so about 20 minutes, we finally get to a terminal, turn off the lights, and then get out to the streets for the finale. We get confronted by, who's the bad guy again? Usher? Yeah, it was Usher. The Trogs swarm the area, and now we gotta fight dozens of Trogs and Raiders at the same time, and half of the time, they team up against me. Fucking hell. Killing every member of the Raider faction to continue the quest, even though I was given a stealth boy to use to get away from everything as the Trog were supposed to do all the work. I still got spotted with a stealth boy activated and had to fight every Trog and Raider. And the Trog keep respawning and keep swarming after me. Dear God, this DLC just makes Fallout 3's combat worse. Even with heavy armor and maxed out stats, I'm still getting killed and going through what little medical supplies I have. I even got confused with several quest markers on screen telling me to go this way. No this way, 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 no this way. Fuck off.
Amen.
After non-stop hordes of Trog and bad level design, I eventually found myself back to Russell Crowe at home, who tells me nothing I did mattered, and there's nothing that will come out of it. The slaves are not really free, and he takes over. Turns out it's a lose-lose situation no matter what, and now Trog are everywhere too. Way to go, Russell Crowe at home, your plan totally worked. Oh, and the baby is basically just a test subject that will eventually be killed probably, given no one in the slave faction is a scientist or a doctor. So there's that too. And if you were wondering, is there a reward for completing the DLC? No! At the end of the day, Fallout 3's The Pitt is easily one of the worst DLCs ever made, and a prime example of what's wrong with Fallout 3 in general. The pacing is a slog, you move too slow, the too much gray infrastructure and linear, empty corridors to pad out everything, too much backtracking and terrible writing with zero logic behind it. The whole thing is unbalanced, repetitive, and most importantly boring as fuck, with Fallout 3 combat being terrible as it is. The new melee weapon didn't work right for most of the time and never hit anything in front of it. What is this, Morrowind? Oh. The Pit wasn't interesting at all from the start, and in the end, you get nothing. Good day, sir. It does not just work, Todd Howard.
And that sometimes it doesn't just work.
The Pit has zero redeemable moments. The new weapon is glitched. The arena is just a cave of rad barrels being thrown in there to kill you quickly. Thank God for rad perks. The plot is mentally retarded, as the writer himself.
It's funny because it's true.
While I'll never review Fallout 3 in of itself for many reasons, I'll check out its DLC to see if there's anything good within them, since Fallout 3 itself lacks anything good about it, outside of being a framework for Fallout New Vegas. So eventually we'll look at Mothership Zeta. I heard the Salt Factory just loved that one. I remember that one as my favorite for being so different. Then there was Broken Steel, which I don't remember, and then finally Point Lookout, which I also remember quite fondly as a good time, and actually even better than the base game. So who knows if nostalgia will blind me like it did with Fallout 3 and of itself, and the Operation Anchorage DLC. Till then anyways, that's it for this video. See y'all later.
Well now, look who made it back.
Fuck you!